paycheck. Big smile, cheesed up, can't fake it. I keep my friends non-toxic. No drama in my life and I like it. Nothing's gonna get me down. Floating higher than this puffy cloud. It'll all work out somehow, somehow. Give me all of that positivity. Every bit of that good energy. Waking up, that sun's gonna smile. I'm loving these vibes. Give me all of that positivity. Blocking out that negativity. Hands up, I'm way too blessed. No way to be stressed. Ooh-wee. Positivity. Ooh-wee. Positivity. Rabbit foot got the luck streak. Free hugs, yeah, the whole world loves me. High-fiving everybody, cause this light can't keep it inside me. Nothing's gonna get me down. Floating higher than a bubble now. Cause life's so chill right now, right now. Give me all of that positivity. Every bit of that good energy. Waking up, that sun's gonna smile. I'm loving these vibes. Give me all of that positivity. Blocking out that negativity. Hands up, I'm way too blessed. No way to be stressed.
All right, I think we can get started. 1 second here.
Keep your head up, don't let up. Keep the good vibration.
Let's see where we're at.
Keep the motivation.
Just add a couple things here. I'll just do this.
Keep the motivation.
MTOL. All right, looks good. Okay, so we started Racket yesterday, and we got we didn't get that far, but we got somewhere. Let me turn this down a little bit. Okay. Let's go over where we got to.
I don't care if you're a boy or a girl, as long as you know how to rock my world. Make me forget anyone else is alive.
Alright, good deal.
I don't care if you're purple or white.
That's there.
Feel safe at night when I'm making in bed telling you
And this is all the stuff I changed for Racket and things. Alright. Racket. That's just for my dog files. There's a cache in .emacs.d/URL. Oh well, that doesn't really matter. We're good. Let's see. So let's just get into MTOL and into Racket. Alright, awesome. This song's too distracting to me and I've heard it too much recently. Let's go to the next one. Okay. So yeah, so far with Racket, we got started, we wrote FizzBuzz, and we started our web API for our Hello World. Let's just jump into that real quick. We'll jump into FizzBuzz, see how that ended up. Pretty simple, pretty basic, using a cond like we did in Common Lisp. And then our Hello World, Nightshade, here for our Parens Racketeering. Yeah, we're here. We're here. And this is what we have so far on our server for Racket. Yesterday I had issues getting Racket mode installed on my Emacs. For whatever reason, it just kept trying to find it at Melpa, even though it's actually also at Elpa at this point, and non-new Elpa, and it wasn't working. So I did the same thing last night, and it just worked right away. I don't know what was up. My refresh contents wasn't working in the middle of the day, and it worked last night without an issue. So we now have Racket mode installed. I went ahead and deleted Geyser Racket so that there's not any weird competition, and it's just a little bit easier to know when I do an Emacs command for Racket that it's actually coming from Racket mode and not something else. So that's where we're at. So we have Racket mode set up. It is pretty nice so far. I wish one of the things that I oh my gosh. Okay, hey guys. Thank you, Swalker, for the raid. Great raid message. Absolutely great raid message. You definitely got me. You got me on that one. It's funny. Good times. At least I actually typed your username in right. Colchis, Walker, Nightshade, Hakey, Sergeant Pepper, King, Dragon Liver. Welcome. Thanks for dropping in. Parens Racketeering. Absolutely. Dragon, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Typical Swalker can't come up with his own raid message. Skill issue. Such a skill issue. It's hilarious. Well, thank you. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Swalker. I do appreciate it. We are finishing up Lisp week to work on some Racket, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Great artist steal. So true. So true. Oh man. So redeemed to suggest a poll. Yeah. All right. You've got the poll going. All right, let's see. So let's see. I've never had to do a poll before. Let's see if I can actually make this work. Okay, poll. Open a setup menu to create a poll. Okay. Question. Meow or meow? Meow or meow? Okay. Here we go. I've never done a poll on stream before. Duration, we'll give you 2 minutes. Colchis. Yeah, pretty much. Oh man, I'm gonna let you guys vote. I don't think I can make such a hard decision. Adjective Allison, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you raiding me. I hope you're doing well. Saw you were getting started with your melange. Gosh, Allison, thanks for letting me know I was your second choice. All right, Swalker, see you, bad. See you, bad. I don't know where that tone came from, but yeah, see you, man. I appreciate it. So there's the poll. Let's see what happens. This is pretty good. I don't know what's gonna happen. No, I'm just messing with you, Allison. Did everybody get a redeem yet? All right, you guys got it all. Just remember, this leaderboard is important. You guys want that internet fame. I know you do. Don't pretend like you don't. I think... Wow, 2 minutes is a long time. That's something I found out. 2 minutes is a long effing time. How do I get this poll in a way that you guys can actually see it? I guess I'll just have to drag... I mean, I know you guys can see it to vote on it, but once the results are in, I guess you guys can see the results once it's done. It's taking a long time. All right. Meow instead of meow. Meow. I think it's meow. Racket is today, Kinran. Second day of it. You voted for it. Nice. Damn, dude, you wasted money. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, Meow is the winner. Okay, 71% think Meow is correct. That's really funny. All right, awesome. Well, welcome everybody. I don't know if there might be a few new people, so I'll just go through the spiel real quick. I'm Meta Me, or Meta, just depending on how you want to do it. Let's see. I've been in the industry 10 years. I started in front end, got into like a full stack role pretty quick there from that same role. Really found that I enjoyed back end a lot more than front end, so focused on that. That first job, I stayed there for close to 5 years doing JavaScript, TypeScript, and Java, and learned a bunch of languages outside of that, or at least several. Really enjoyed functional programming. Ended up getting a job doing Clojure about 5 years ago, and I've been a back-end developer writing Clojure 98% of my time ever since. So we've been doing 12 languages in 12 weeks. All right, posture check. All right, we'll do it. Oh no, my back. Okay. Is that better? Nightshade? So we've been doing 12 languages in 12 weeks. We started at the beginning of the month, and apparently we need to reload this GitHub page. Nice, that's extremely fast. So we started with C, C++, and Zig. Then we've done Scheme and Common Lisp, and then this is day 2 of Racket. Next week, we're going to, and by next week I mean the next week of this series, which most likely will not start until Friday, because I will actually be not streaming Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday of this week, almost certainly. Just a bunch of schedule things came up. So I think we'll still be on course though for finishing this up within the month. But you know, I can't always control that I can't stream. So here we are. So anyway, Friday we should be starting standard ML, and then we're going to do Haskell and OCaml, and then we're going to finish out the 4 weeks with Coq, Agda, and Idris. When we do Coq, everybody is allowed 1 joke. You get 1 max joke. If you make more than 1 joke, you get timed out. It's just how it works. You got to get at least 1. So you better use your joke very well. You got to get it out of your system. All right. But anyway, that's the schedule. I know. You only get 1. So we are almost halfway done. This will be halfway done once we finish today. It's been a lot of fun. I have not written more than a dozen lines in any of these languages except for Haskell. And Haskell I haven't touched in probably like 4 years in any serious way. So I probably have mostly forgotten how to write Haskell, to be honest with you. Like I could read some Haskell and maybe understand it, but I forget, you know, which symbol means map and which symbol means compose. I think I actually do remember that, but it doesn't matter. We'll find out. So far with Racket, we've done FizzBuzz. We do FizzBuzz for all of them because you have to get that good internship. And then, one second. Yeah, okay, everything's good. Oh, that one's pretty good, Nightshade. That's pretty good. Yeah. We'll find out. We'll find out. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. That with the audience that we usually bring in, that language will be a little bit challenging for this audience. Considering the audience has a maturity level of around age 10. We'll see how that works out. Chat is like barely cut off. Pre-jokes do count. Nightshade, that was your joke. It's hilarious. Okay. You will 100% do more jokes, yeah. This is why you're not a mod on this stream at this point, because I at least have to get through Cock first before I make you a mod. That way I can still time you out. It'll be fun. Let's see. So yeah, Racket. Here we go. So Racket is a Lisp. Yeah, I know. J. Cole, she can make all the jokes she wants. So Racket is a Lisp. For those of you who don't know, Clojure is also a Lisp, so I'm used to this syntax. Lisps are not only hard to say sometimes, they also have a lot of parentheses. I read something in the Racket guide that actually like resonated with my experience that I hadn't really thought about. A lot of people complain about all the parentheses in Lisps, and I don't really see parentheses anymore, and I don't often have to count my parentheses. It's very rare that I have to do that. And one of the things that the Racket guide was talking about is indentation. Now, Racket itself, and I don't know of a Lisp that is indentation sensitive. That would be really weird because it's just all S expressions. Hey Scottish, how's it going? Welcome. But the indentation, like having a standardized indentation in your editor and when you're writing a Lisp, is actually one of the main cues I use to understand what context I'm in. So I would know if I had, like, I want to pass this port to serve/servlet, and if port was over here, I would know that my indentation is off, right? And so that's one of the main cues that I actually still use in Clojure visually to understand. That's right, I totally forgot about it. Shit. I made a new announcement in Discord. I mean, a new channel in Discord for my announcements, and then I forgot. You usually use a color scheme that grays out the insignificant parentheses. Yeah, that makes sense, Lumi. Yeah, welcome. Thanks for the chat. Yeah, so I don't know. It's interesting because I started with like smart parens and other things like that. Now, I get these parens highlights, and I use them. They're helpful. But some people like rainbow parens. I've just never found a need for it, and that's writing a lot of Lisp personally. Not that there's anything wrong with it, obviously. Like, if that works for your brain, that's cool. I just haven't ever actually needed it. I'm actually not using any parentheses plugins. I just manually manage them. I know it's probably like shocking, but it just doesn't bother me. And part of the reason is I found I started by trying to use, I think it's Smart Parens, and I found that it would not let me make the edits that I knew I wanted to make without using their shortcuts. And while that probably works for some people, it just didn't work for me. Like, if I want to type a parens, I should be able to type a parens. So like, some of the parens plugins for Emacs actually don't let you type a parens because they're keeping everything balanced and matched, and you have to do it in a certain way, and it was just too annoying. So, you know, that's just me. I just found it easier to just manually manage parentheses. So with that being said, one of the things that most Lisps have, I think probably every Lisp at this point, I don't know of a Lisp that doesn't have it. Maybe the original Lisps, but you know, we have a REPL that we run everything in. Yeah, and it totally could be that, Lumi. I'm not one to go through a learning curve for a plugin most of the time. Like Vim Motions, like I use Evil Mode and Emacs, like that's something that I've been willing to learn. And of course the basic Emacs commands and how to use like cider mode and, you know, closure, things like that, sure. But I have a hard time making myself learn how to use a specific plugin if it's not just like intuitive out of the box. So so I don't know, that's just me. I also like barely use LSPs, or I mean, I don't use a lot of that stuff when I write closure either, so I do a lot of things that probably other people would find difficult to do, but it just, again, it's just what works for me. Okay, so we have all of our Racket stuff, and we can just run a Racket REPL, and we get that started right within Emacs. Yeah, exactly, purplish. That's kind of like where I am, and my patience to like get over those interruptions is very, very minimal, and so that's part of it for sure. All right. Are we unhappy about something while we're starting this back end? We have Lang Racket. Do we? Okay, cannot find Racket executable. Okay, interesting. I know that we have it on our path, or at least we did. Did it somehow get off of our path? I guess it's possible. Let's look in our bash profile. Yeah, I mean, I do use big code bases at work, and but yeah, it still applies. Like, if the code was probably worse than it is, then I probably would care a lot more. Okay, this looks fine. Let's just make sure here we can get Racket. Okay, that has no problem. For some reason, it's not here. It could be because my default shell for Mac, and because this isn't Emacs through a terminal, is now Z shell when I'm not using Alacrity. And so let's see if that's what's up. So let's just export that as path and see if that's where Emacs was expecting it to be. Just restart Emacs real quick. This was working last night, so I don't know what's changed. Like, I guess when I installed Racket mode, it found it, and then after a restart it didn't find it? That would be kind of weird. The lag for Emacs loading, that's just on the stream. It's on my computer, it's really fast. There's no lag. It's just stream lag. Okay, it started. It started. I think my Emacs viewers have given up on me because I still haven't done what I need to do to make Emacs actually a little bit more performant. Many such cases. Okay. Let's open up our server again. Let's try getting a Racket REPL again. It would be really nice if it just worked. Are you serious right now? Okay. It's trying. Maybe I have to configure Racket to find the Racket install. Nope, it finally loaded. It took some time, but it got there. Okay. Okay, why is this read only? Okay, there we go. It wasn't letting me get to where I wanted to be. Okay, we're good. Racket REPL set up. Okay, blazingly fast, absolutely. That was pretty bad. All right, so we could just load this up, or start the server. I'm trying to remember how I did that before. I know I could load the file, but oh, that's right, I just require it. I remember now. So I can require the, let's see what our PWD is. That's not it. Let's see where we're at. This says it's at hello world source, but I kind of doubt it is. We'll just see. Server.racket. Oh yeah, okay. That did happen. Sure, you can open up our server. Okay, cool. So there's our server. And let's just stop the server for now. But we should be able to do things like start 3000. Probably have to do this. Nope, doesn't work. I don't know how this works yet. Why aren't you giving me what I want? Okay. Got it. It just isn't. Interesting. Pretty sure this isn't gonna work. Nope. Okay, whatever. We'll figure that out another time. We don't need that in order to continue. Is that like a backwards RPN? I don't know what you mean, Nightshade. Okay, so this is what we're following to kind of understand how the whole web thing works. Oh. Oh, reverse Polish notation. No, it's just, it's the add function, man. It's add. You gotta put it in parens. There's no infix operators. And what's beautiful about no infix operators? Right here. We don't need any fancy loop. Right there. Absolutely breathtaking. You know? Oh yeah, that's lists for you. So if we wanted a list, and if you had a list of numbers, say we have this. What? Oh, whoops. Expected procedure that can be applied to arguments. Did I forget how to define something? I might have. Is it define L, and then I need a thing around it? Why isn't this letting me go up? It's driving me nuts. Is it just when I make a mistake? No, it's just not working. Do I have to define it like this? Hey chat, how's it going? Nope. Okay. I guess I have no idea how this works. I mean, defining a simple value, I thought it was... Oh, there's no vector literal right. No, I just assumed I knew how to do a vector literal. Oh god, yeah, of course. Nope, I'm just being dumb. So I just needed to do this. We'll just do 5. Skill issue. All right. So yeah, all right. Well, you know, it was gonna be a lot cooler, but you know, you want to add that list, you just do that. Just apply it. That's all you got to do. We don't need all this crazy stuff. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. No infix. Gross coming from the guy who's writing Erlang right now. All right. Let's see. Yep. We changed the port before, and they told us how to get it to not open a freaking browser. There it is, no web browser. I don't know for sure that this will actually work, but we'll try it. Seems fine. I don't know that it actually loaded it. Okay. So the problem is that I still don't exactly understand how to go from requiring this local module. I just need to read that in the guide again, but it's fine. We'll figure that out in a second. Okay, simple example. Sure. Listen IP, servlet path, servlet regex. Okay. Uh-huh. Or just some nice top-level name. I mean, couldn't I just do the servlet path as like this? I think that should work. I'm gonna see if this works the way that I expect real quick. just to see if I understand it. Okay, got it. I'm guessing this is in servlet. Or serve. Nope. Alright, let's see if we have autocomplete. Anything? Nope. This was working better last night, I feel like. Let's just do it in the REPL. If anybody knows how to actually like make this the like namespace I'm using in the Racket REPL, that could be helpful if I actually understood how that works. Like change namespace of Racket REPL. There we go. It's probably in the Racket mode docs. Is that you find files some specific .racket file, then use it, then run it using Racket run or Racket run module at point. The resulting REPL will correspond to those definitions and match your expectations. Okay. To run command line Racket. Okay, interesting. So this, I believe, is just going to bring me right here. Find files some specific Racket file. Now, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't see how that helps me, unless I'm supposed to do it down here. No, that's just... It's just opening up the file, right? I never use that, so I don't know. I don't use find file that way. I just usually do this. Oh, it's the same thing. That's what Control XF is. Oh gosh. Even though I've used Emacs for 5 years, I'm still dumb sometimes. Alright. Yeah, this is what I like. I don't completely get it. But let me just try killing this. And see if we say Racket run. Maybe that's actually what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. And then does this finally have my bindings? I mean, I would think it does, but it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, autocomplete was working last night, so I'm a little annoyed. Okay, it works on standard library, but it's not working on anything in my path. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. So, like, start probably isn't a real thing, but of course it also didn't actually work. So, Racket run module at point. Okay, so let's just, I guess we can forget about the no web browser thing for now. It's the only thing I don't love about some of this. No web browser. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Serve servlet to start a new server that uses your start function. You're given the entire web server servlet API. So maybe I just need to open that up so I understand. See, the thing is, I don't understand from the requires, and this is something that I don't particularly love about languages that do this, is when your require isn't actually your namespace that you're calling something out of, it's pretty annoying. You know? That part is confusing. See, there's still, like, no web browser doesn't even exist in any of this. So it's like, how do I actually use it without having to change the language from Racket to the other thing? Kind of annoying me, honestly. Okay. So far, this is not all that interesting or exciting. It is kind of difficult to figure out. Okay, I guess we'll just move on from no web browser. Let's just see if we can actually... Oh god, it opens up the docs. Of course it does. I knew that and I forgot. I forgot that it opens up the docs, but no, it's the exact same page. So this is the docs for this function? I mean, the thing that's annoying about that is... Oh, okay. Maybe you're given the entire web... Okay. Customize the server instance. No web browser, static files path. Web server, servlet in. Okay, well maybe this is what we want. It takes an argument launch browser. Okay. There it is. Nice one. Thanks, Lumi. Okay. So I can just do the same thing that I did for these and say launch browser, and it would be true. No, false. All that, and then I set it to true. That'd be good. Okay. Let's try Racket run now. Doesn't like me. What don't you like me? Oh, it has a question mark. I saw that, and I just typed it wrong. Okay, cool. So we're finally back to actually having the... This is the song I said I was going to delete, and I forgot to delete. It annoys the shit out of me. Okay, good deal. Here we are. We can do this. Launch browser. Here we go. Getting used to... I just should have read the docs for Servlet, obviously, and looked at all the options. Because this is actually pretty helpful, obviously. So we can do port. Hey, Lumi, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. We're struggling a little bit today, but, you know, that's part of the new language thing. Okay. Servlet path, servlet regex, stateless, stuffer, manager, namespace, server root path. Okay, this looks good. This is the normal amount of struggle. Do you mean for the stream or for people? You probably, I mean, you know, we all know that I struggle more. This stream, yeah. No, it's fair. That's fair. For some reason, it's annoying me today, and I don't know why. It's annoying me that I'm struggling this much. I don't know what's going on. It's probably because when my week schedule is different than usual, it kind of throws me off. So like the fact that I'm not just like coming back to stream tomorrow and the next day sort of thing, it's like it's throwing me off for sure. Autism. It's fun. Alright, servlet responder, MIME types path, SSL, don't care about that. Okay, so we have a servlet, that's all cool. So now I think the next thing, hey, glowy _I_E. Yeah, thanks for dropping in, hope you're doing well. Okay, so let's figure out response next. So next we want response. So this, I'm guessing, will open up our response docs. And we need to see what we have available to us for a response. Code, message, seconds, MIME type, headers, cookies, preamble. Okay. This is a viable function to pass to set any to response. Equivalent to response / full. Okay. Learn is probably a strong word, but we are doing a tour of 12 languages in 4 weeks. Yeah. So, I mean, we're learning about them. Yeah, so we're about halfway through. Yeah, absolutely. The meta tour of languages, 12 languages in 4 weeks. We're halfway through. We're on Racket right now. We've done C, C++, Zig, Scheme, and Common Lisp. And we set up our dev environment, which, you know, yesterday was probably a little bit of a trigger for some people. But, you know, it took like an hour. And then it still didn't work completely. I mean, not completely. It didn't take the whole hour. So we do getting started. We figure it. We talk about the language. We learn a little bit about it. V4 Lon M, thanks for the follow. And then we try to build things with it. We do a fizz buzz. We learn basic language constructs. Yeah, thanks for the follow, Glow. And then assuming we have time, or, you know, we kind of go with where the interest leads, but usually we just build like a simple web API where it makes sense. Like, it's not going to make sense for this to build a web API, but, you know. I see you're embracing the undefined is not a function philosophy. What do you mean? I need Meta to learn Erlang, so you can tell me what I keep doing wrong. Use Erlang. Using Erlang is what you're doing wrong. No. I wish Erlang was on this list, but it didn't quite make it on there. We'll do Erlang sometime. That would be fun. Yeah, so welcome. You made the day. Yeah, it's too bad, Nightshade. You know, I really wanted Erlang to be on this list, but it just didn't happen. No matter how much no matter how much no matter how much I tried, it just, you know, they wouldn't go for it. The list just wouldn't let Erlang be on there. It's funny. Good times. Day. Yeah. You know, the man kept us down. It didn't allow us to write Erlang. I don't know. What is the we? What is the we I speak of? It's like when I write YouTube descriptions and I say, we went through this. I mean, I guess it's me and chat, right? It's all of us together, collectively, going through these important moments of learning a language. But yeah, I don't know. We collectively had skill issues with every single language that we've tried. All right. So I have this, and I just wish. I would say yes, chat. I would say yes. Reading the Erlang that Nightshade. Yeah, exactly. Galley. Yeah, just reading the Erlang that Nightshade has written, it's like, it's very different. It makes you think about things differently, for sure. So I'm definitely a fan of that. If I haven't already said it, it's partly why we're going through this. I think it's really beneficial for people to learn. Most people are already familiar with or exposed to C-type languages or natural language syntax like Python or Ruby or whatever it is. I think learning an ML like Haskell or OCaml or standard, if that's what you want to do, and learning a Lisp is very, very beneficial to understand how other programs have been written. It's so true, Heiki. It's so true. Why would anyone would learn this? What is the advantage of Racket and other esoteric languages? Take a lot of time to get used to. The advantage is that Lisps have been around for a very long time. So, like, we wrote Scheme. Scheme was created in the 70s, and that wasn't the first Lisp. Like, they built Lisp machines that people would code Lisp on. You know, it's kind of like the same thing with C. It's like, why do people write C? I don't know. It's from the 70s. But it's like learning the way that programs have developed over time, like historically, like I think is very beneficial. And then it can apply to a lot of languages today. You know, Clojure is a language. It's not huge, but it is used in industry. It's what I write full time, and it's a Lisp. People still write big programs in Lisp, you know. Maybe not as much or as often as they would something else, but I would say Common Lisp is probably more commonly used in industry than Scheme or Racket. That would be my guess. But then, of course, you know, Clojure is probably even more common to be used in industry than Common Lisp. So I don't know. I don't know if that really answers your question, Glow, but I think that's another really good point, Lumi. One of the reasons that I think it's also beneficial and something you learn is that, like, the major paradigms that you learn in mainstream languages today, they're not in mainstream languages because they're good. They're in mainstream languages because they've won a popularity contest of being good. And just because it's won the popularity contest, it doesn't mean that it's actually a good way of implementing something. Haskell is a great example. Learning Haskell, you learn patterns and concepts and ideas about what a program can be that is very different than you would write in basically any other language. And you then can apply what you've learned to other languages if, for instance, you aren't writing Haskell for work, like the 24 people that do. Yes, exactly. Linux. I know it's probably Linux. Linux. I don't know how. KA. Kali. I don't know what you prefer to be called. But yeah, that's my takes. But I think chat has some good takes on that too. So chat and chat. No. Okay. So we're here. We can terminate the server. So there's not really anything that I'm doing wrong as far as why I'm not, like, for instance, with response, I'm still not getting completions. It could be something about my config, but it's fine. Okay, good deal. So we're reading the response docs so that we can understand how we can send a non-HTML response, because right now we're just sending HTML responses by default, which is a little bit interesting that that's their default. It could just be this one procedure, X expression, but I'm not 100% sure. It does seem like this is like very HTML specific, so I'm gonna guess that response/full might be more helpful. Okay, response/empty is interesting. An empty body equivalent to response code message seconds headers write bytes. Okay. Oh, there's JSON support built in. Ooh, we're gonna need that. Let's just write it. Let's just put that in right now before I forget it. Web server /http/JSON. I love that. Okay. So there's just a JSON response. That's really nice. That's actually really nice. Is turned into a bytes. Okay. JS expr to bytes. Okay, so I think response/full seems like the right thing that we're looking for. I'm guessing it's actually just on the same page, so we should probably just click around. All right. Response/full 301 moved permanently. Current seconds, text/HTML type. Okay, so it's code. Response/full is code, message, we see that. Seconds, mime, okay. Headers, and body. Okay. Well, I guess X expression allowed us to choose our mime type. I wonder where these are coming from. Equivalent to text HTML, equivalent to application/JSON. Okay, so they have those two mime types, but what about just a plain text mime type? Like, do I just have to put it in as like a literal string or something? Maybe. Okay, we'll see. Let's look at... Oh, let's see. That's requests. Where's response? Response, X expression support. I don't understand what X expression is. Is this something that I'm just like really being dumb about, and it's just something I know what it is and I just don't know that I know what it is? Like, is this like a normal web thing that I'm just being dumb about? No, I don't think so. Hey Dragon, yeah, we're learning Racket right now. We're learning some Racket, which is a lisp. It's a language. We're building a little simple web API, or at least we're certainly trying to, using Racket. Okay, so response expert, and then the X expert, okay, is handled for message, okay. Oh, it's like an XML thing, so that's why it's passing back. It's not, yeah, it's not explained. It's not explained at all, but that makes sense based on like the era and everything, that it would be XML, but it also works for HTML since, you know, I'm not going to explain that. It does. So you can pass the MIME type as that. I'm going to try passing a MIME type of something else. So even though it has these brackets around it, I'm going to guess that I don't actually put those brackets around it. That's just my guess, though. Like, I wish they would have given me a nice little example here, but that's okay. Let's look at response full again, just so we understand if there's anything special that it was supposed to give us. No, that's that. Response output. I'm mostly just trying to get an example where they have these brackets and it doesn't actually use brackets. I think it's actually just like we passed to our app, we're just passing this sort of thing. So let's just try a MIME type of, what is it text/plain, I want to say? Is that what the MIME type is for plain text? I think that's correct. So we're going to do that. I don't know if it auto updates or not, but I guess we're about to find out. Okay. Why do we have a percentage in our text plain? No, it's still coming back as text/HTML. So that didn't actually change this. Interesting. And this is equivalent to response code, message seconds, MIME type, headers, and output. Huh. Maybe... I wonder if we had like a nice thing that went to the source, that would be pretty cool. Okay. Maybe we just want to do this. Let's try that. Okay, so we'll pretend that this is still valid. Oh yeah, let's restart this just to make sure. I think if we just do another Racket run, it will probably restart it. Yeah. It didn't have that percentage before, so I'm guessing... Oh no, it came back as text/plain, so that did work. I don't know where it's getting this percentage from, though. That part's weird. So it looks like I do have to restart the server for it to work, which is a little annoying, but that's okay. If I was just in a REPL, I wouldn't have to. So I don't know how to do that. That was one of the things I liked the way that Common Lisp worked, is that I just kept redefining my routes and I didn't really ever have to restart the server. Not like it took a long time to restart. It's like the documentation website is actually really nice. Like, it's searchable. I like that everything's hyperlinked, but it's not insanely clear. I will tell you that much. Okay. So we got a 200 OK with hello world and a % at the end. Why are we getting a %? I'm not really sure. That part is a little confusing. I could like, no, that won't really matter, right? No, I don't think that matters. Okay, it's fine. We'll just pretend that this is good. I guess we could say, no, I don't think the content type text/plain, it doesn't need the semicolon unless we're defining a car set, and where you don't need to. So I think we're happy enough with that and we can move on. Okay, let's just see what happens next. Okay, so we know that we're doing a little servlet. We know that we have an app. We should be able to now create some different routes for it. So let's see. I think if we go back to the original simple examples, it might tell us how to serve at different routes. Nightshade, you know, I was using ASCII codes for letters and characters. I could have just done $A instead of yeah, I'm not surprised that there's something like obvious, not that it's obvious, but like something that's like a way to do that without having to look up the ASCII code. That's hilarious. Yeah, this is our life. This is our life. We love the pain. Okay. This looks fine. Suppose you'd like to start a server for a stateless web servlet that provides start. Okay. Okay. Understood. Full API for servlet. I don't know if this part matters right now. Okay. I think that is what it is. URL based dispatch. That sounds like it might be what we want. It's hilarious. This library allows the creation of two-way mappings between permanent URLs and request handling procedures. It's like, in other words, it's a router, right? It's so good. I have not touched front end for 5 years. Goodman. So, our good man. I have no idea. Okay. This looks pretty good. We can use this. We can probably make it work. So let's use web server. I mean, it is really cool that they have all these modules, even if they're a little confusing. But I'm sure once you got used to the patterns, it wouldn't be so bad. List posts, post, string arg, review post, archive, integer arg, review, archive. Okay, cool. So it's actually allowing for a dynamic args, it looks like. And define your request handlers as follows. Define list posts. Rec. Yeah, rec P. Yeah, amazing. YM. Okay. Okay, I love it. I'm also guessing that they're going to tell me how to actually put this into my app if it wasn't already clear. But we'll see what happens. Oh, I guess we just, let's see. It probably makes sense. Define values, so we can actually define them statically, which is pretty cool. And then define URL to request u, make request, get string URL u, empty, delay empty, blog dispatch, URL to request, list post, sure. You can also generate those pretty URLs from procedure calls. Okay. Make sure I understand what they're talking about. Yeah, I think this looks good. Good man. All right. Pretty good. Higher order functions. Got the ladder. Okay. Okay. This looks fine. So I guess we're going to define values. And define values, and this is just going to be we'll just call it route, and it's going to take URL, and we're going to say dispatch rules. And this is just forms and straight braces. So for us, we're going to say /hello is hello. And then we're going to say /hello string arg. And this is going to be hello name, and then this is going to be /goodbye, and this is going to be, let's see, it's not a string arg, it's actually a JSON, which I'm guessing, right, so that's not in our router at all, so we just say that, and then we define it as goodbye. And then we're just going to say else. Maybe we can just do a not found on else. Okay. So let's just do this. Almost. D5J. Okay. And nope, not what I meant to do. There we go. Not bad. Okay, I'm gonna make this smaller so I can see more code, since it's not actually doing anything for me. You just redefine darkness. Wow, nice one. Because you can just redefine everything, so it doesn't even matter, right? But yeah, backend is my playground, good man, for sure. I have been doing solely backend for 5 years. All in Clojure. I mean, a couple little languages on the side, but mostly Clojure. Okay. So we have defined values. This is our dispatch. I just don't know exactly how to get from our blog dispatch to where we were. So blog dispatch URL to request. Okay, interesting. And then how do we actually use that request? You aren't going to... Okay. You almost want to use the servlet regexp argument with the value to capture all top level requests. Okay. Yeah, we're not serving static files, so we're gonna change this and say servlet regexp to here. All of your backend is written in JS. Yeah, I mean, many such cases, right? JavaScript runs the world. Yeah, I was tempted to take a Node job because of the pay, but then I found a Clojure job for close to the same pay. And then, you know, that was 5 years ago, and now it's more than I would have made at the Node job anyway. And I was a lot happier with writing Clojure than writing JavaScript. All right. When you use web server dispatch with serve servlet, you almost want to use... Okay, yep. This is what we just read. Now, do you have like a nice little example for me, for instance, on how to actually use this? I understand that blog dispatch URL to request. Okay. I mean, the only thing that's a little confusing about this, like, so I defined this whole thing, and this says it takes the blog URL, but then this is like not the URL. This is like a request. So that part's a little confusing. But I'm guessing what I can do, I don't really know, but I'm guessing. I mean, I would be a little bit, I think it would be interesting if I could just say, maybe I can just put app here, and then let's just define this as hello and see if this works. And for now, let's just copy this 3 times, or 2 more times, I mean, and we will just do the same thing. Forgot to go into insert mode. Cool. So this might work, except I don't have not found. It's fine. What are we going to do on not found? Of course, we're just going to return hello world, because that's fine. Okay, now we're just returning hello world in 4 different ways, so that's a lot of fun. And we're probably going to still be returning it with a... Okay, let's see. Dispatch rules. Expected more terms, starting with the literal, method, or any term. Okay. Ooh, so you can specify your method in the dispatch rules. That's actually really good to know. I wish... Did they give an example of that? Not really. Okay. All right, that's fine. Did I get my syntax wrong here? Dispatch rules. That looks fine. We have straight braces everywhere. And I think this is good. Okay. Oh, right. But I would actually, the hello name has to take name as an argument, which is reasonable. Okay, let's look at what the dispatch rules. Maybe method. Okay, dispatch pattern, maybe method, dispatch function. Okay, so maybe method is there. Do we have to put the whole #: method like as a named argument, basically? I'm guessing we do. It's a little interesting. I don't think we have to, we probably don't have to specify it for get, but I don't really know. We might. But we'll just say method and post. Okay. The method syntax is used in a match expression to match the request method part of the incoming request object. However, since HTTP allows methods to use any case, the byte string from request method is normalized to a lowercase string. Thus, valid patterns are things like get, post, head, or get, post. Okay. It is if method is left out, it's assumed to apply to requests without methods and get methods. Okay, cool. So we can just leave out method for now. But I think there's still something else wrong. Let's see. Oh, I see. I messed this one up. That's what I was complaining about. Yep. Okay. All right, what did we get wrong this time? Wow, 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 wow. Contract violation, expected regex given. Okay. Well, that's what they told me to do. They told me to pass it that. Okay, let's just not pass it that and see what happens. Okay, looks good. Let's see what happens when we actually call our server. All right, well, that looks good. Kind of. Oh, wait, no, yeah, that's right, because our not found, we ended up passing any of it. The file you were looking for was not found on this server, even though I just passed localhost/hello. Interesting. Okay. Huh. I feel like this is maybe where the regex actually matters. Let's try goodbye. Not found. Interesting. Okay. I guess this does not work the way that I was expecting. Okay. That's fine. Let's see. Example of Racket web API with what did they call it? Web/dispatch, I think. Web server dispatch. Did I just not change it? No, I did. I was like, did I just mess up and forget to redefine it? But no, I mean, this is serve/servlet. This looks fine. Let's just close this real quick. Be absolutely sure. Yeah, no, it's still not working. The only time it's coming through is on localhost 3000. So let's change localhost 3000. Let's change our else not found to actually return a not found to start with. And then we will see if this is like if the router's actually getting this request at all. Okay, it is. So it's going through this and saying it's not found. Now this is actually correct for this particular example. So I don't like completely hate that. But of course it's not actually coming through otherwise. I'm gonna say let's get back to our regex and find out what that is, because I think that's actually the problem. I'm glad I thought of testing that, because otherwise we probably would have gone down a whole nother set of things that don't actually matter. Okay, so servlet regexp is regexp equals regexp format regexp quote servlet path. Okay. Couldn't I just do like star or something? Isn't that match everything? I think it doesn't make sense what they told us to do. Where was that? Where's our dispatcher? I have the same thing open a bunch of places. So I lost my dispatcher docs. Okay, well, that's not helpful. Oh, it's right here. This is it, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I'm just silly. I think this is it. Maybe it's not. Web server, dispatching server? No. This isn't what I was actually thinking of. Oh, it's because I opened that. Okay. URL based dispatch. Let's go back to 5. There it is. Michael, what are you doing with your life? Okay. Here we were. And I was pretty sure it said to set it to this, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Or at least it seems like that's what broke the server. Right? Yeah. Yep. Assuming the contract is correct. Okay, this is fine. And it's probably saying, yeah, get expected regex and given that. Let's try a star and see what happens. Whoops. Same thing. Yeah. Request can be response. Sure. Okay. Why isn't that working? Maybe it's not compatible with this, but I don't feel like these are the same thing. Oh my god, what am I doing? I'm guessing this is not it. Nope. Still getting the same regex error, right? Okay. And I think the error is saying something about regex. Let's see. Regexp false. Okay. Regexp star false. Okay. So let's find out what a valid catch-all regex is for this. Because I'm guessing that's maybe the problem. It's maybe the problem. Let's see, this probably is somewhere in here. Should be in the server docs. There it is. Servlet. Servlet path, servlet regex p. And then this is regex. Okay. Oh, I see. But they're creating the regex. Okay. Takes your string representation of a regular expression using the syntax in regex and compiles it into a regex value. Other regular expression procedures accept either a string. Okay. So what if we got rid of our servlet path and made this? I can't remember if we've tried that. Yep. Same thing. Very, very helpful. Very helpful to know. The thing that doesn't make sense about it, star follows nothing in a pattern. Okay. Single quote seems fine. Huh. Just gonna go with a guess. Maybe the path is the problem. Well, this actually creates a regex like this with a hash rx in front of it, like in a regex. I'm just gonna try this real quick, and then maybe we need an actual regex literal. Yep, that was it. Okay. We're still getting not found though, but it's at least my not found, which means it's actually coming through. Whether or not you know. That is better than where we were. Okay. Good. I was about to go fucking crazy over this. Oh god, that was really annoying. Okay, so let's do a... I'm guessing there's a rec to URL function on request. Let's see. We're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Hey, Bitmap. It's going pretty well. I think you were here yesterday when I was having trouble getting Racket mode installed. It finally got installed. It was just a random Melpa thing. It's a little slow. There's probably just like obvious things like this told me to pass a empty string to servlet regex, but I'm actually supposed to pass out a regex literal empty string, and that's not what the docs told me in this other place, like when I was learning how to use this little dispatcher router thing. So that part was annoying, and like I don't know, I had to think through it, but all in all, it is going okay. Right now I'm just trying to see how I can print the URL that's actually coming through, because the router's not working the way that I would have expected. But yeah, hope you're doing well. Thanks for dropping it. This is Racket reference. Where are we? Here we go. That's responses. Here's requests. Request. Oh no, this is not what I thought it was going to be. So I have the URL here, but I feel like define values is different. What type is a request? Up here, like this rec that gets passed into these. So the dispatcher seems to be doing something for me. Here, let's see. URL to request, that's like a different thing. Blog URL, list posts. Seems like this only has... Okay. Yeah, here it actually tells me the right value. Annoying. A few useful URL components, sure. What's the difference between define values and just like a normal define? That's what I am not 100% sure about. Where are we at? Hash tables. Let's just search define values. It can bind multiple variables. Oh, okay. Define values, define values XYZ, values 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Interesting. I guess I don't know why they use defined values here. But maybe it's because it can provide multiple returns? I don't know. That's kind of interesting. Okay, whatever. I mean, it's also possible that I'm passing the dispatch to here incorrectly, but they don't have like a very good example of doing it a different way. Like, I think this is just an example of like, here's a basic thing you could do. Like, you don't actually have to do this thing. Like, you don't need the tick on this. Like, I just have handlers defined that are like actual normal procedures. And I'm guessing that that's not a problem. I mean, it's working. This not found is actually working just fine. So that part, it's all a little bit confusing to use, to be honest. But that's okay. Let's just change our not found to an empty response real quick. We'll at least do something. Response, code, message. Okay. Seconds. Okay. So I think actually all I want to do is I'm going to say response empty, and I'm just going to do a code 404, and then I think we can get rid of the rest of this. And I'm pretty sure this is not a real thing, but I just decided to try it anyway. Nope. Oh well. So that should work, and then if we run this, we should just get a normal not found. Cool. That works fine. We can deal with that. Now the problem is that I wonder if this is right. I doubt this is going to make a difference, but we'll just try it real quick. Just in case that is the problem. It would be pretty ridiculous if it was. Nope. Does not seem to make a difference. Okay. So we know that at least something is getting it, but obviously the dispatch rules aren't actually working because they're not actually being ran. We're hitting our else block, but we're not getting anything else. So that's confusing. This is here. Where were we with URL-based dispatch? I think it was over here. So define values app URL. Oh, then we actually have a URL? I am using this wrong. I'm using this wrong because define values gives you a dispatch and it gives you the URL, but you have to use the URL somehow. Okay. Now when a request is sent to your application, it will be directed to the appropriate handler. Define URL to request you. Okay. Make request. This is just like creating a client request. Blog dispatch. So where did this happen? Blog dispatch is just taking the request. And I guess that's what I thought I wanted. It doesn't look like they actually use blog URL anywhere. And I guess I'm a little bit confused, like, because define values, where was that? Hold on. Yeah. Where was define values? We were looking at that. Was it here? Nope. I have too many tabs open. That's part of the problem right now. Regular expressions. Web applications. Did I like close it and then... No, there it is. Define values. Define values XYZ values 1, 2, 3. If a defined values form for a function definition and a module body has a compiler hint cross module, then the Racket treats the property as a performance hint. Okay. So define values is for multiple values. The part that doesn't make sense to me about using define values here is that dispatch rules, dispatch rules must return multiple values. That's gotta be what happens. I doubt I can actually see. Cannot find definitions in plain Racket mode. Try Racket XP mode. Okay, we can try that. I don't know the difference. Can I now find definitions magically? Emacs is thinking about it. Ooh. Okay. Define syntax. Okay, not surprised. It's like a macro or something. So that's probably not going to help me that much because I don't know Racket well enough to know. Well, Racket XP mode is a lot better than I thought. So define values, app URL. The thing that I'm annoyed with the whole dispatcher thing is that they don't actually tell you. So some URL, some empty, some URL, some list, some URL, some list 2357. Okay. Sure. Integer arg .. sum. Okay. Blog dispatch URL to request. I mean, the nice thing about them doing this is it shows that it's working, but posts string arg. Let me just make sure I'm not doing anything that doesn't make any sense. Review post, yeah, extracurricular activity. And that just takes a rec. Of course, rec is, did I do that right here? Yeah, rec and name. I did do that right. Well, I don't know what else I can do with this right now. Like, if I can't figure this part out, there's not a whole lot else that I can do. I mean, I was gonna print returns a URL generating function as described by dispatch rules. Returns a dispatching function as described by dispatch rules. With the contract to request that returns true if the dispatching rules apply to the request and false otherwise. Okay, that's fine. Maybe method equals pat, maybe else clause. Okay, dispatch rules, dispatch clause equals dispatch pattern. Serve/dispatch. Call serve servlet with a servlet recxp argument rx so that every request is handled by dispatch. I mean, I don't think that does a whole lot for me at this point. It sounds like it's just like replacing serve/servlet, right? I mean, just doing this for me, which I can just do for myself. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's try seeing if there's any. Let's look at a couple code examples. The missing guide to Racket's web server. That might be helpful. Let's see if we can find the answer before we have to end. I will say this is probably one of the biggest blockers I've had in any language so far, where I felt like I didn't have the tools or information to like really do anything with it. I mean, I know it's getting here, and I know this rec is here, but I guess I can just display this rec. I don't know if that's going to work, or if display requires a string. We could try this. Let's try Racket run. It might not work, but it might. Okay, so far it's doing nothing. Nowhere. Nowhere and nothing. Interesting. Well, that's different behavior, but I don't think that really helps me at all. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we actually got somewhere. Struct URL. Okay, struct request. Get. Struct URL, struct path param, hello. Struct header host. Localhost 3000, struct header user agent, struct header accept. Okay, so struct request get. So that means that I'm guessing request exists. I mean, that URL, like this exists. What does this hash stuff mean? I don't get it. Should I open this on stream? Did you find something that I should know about? I'm opening it on stream. This is what you get, Nightshade, for just sending me something. Ah, such a slog, but that's okay. Dude, what is happening to my internet? Really? Really? Just open general in Discord? Okay. It's funny. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Totally fair. They made a change bitmap. Yeah. Like it's probably it is near. You can't send Discord links anymore? Oh, direct. You don't remember? Yeah. Man, that was really, really slow. I don't know, it was weird. We're working on some Racket right now in Disney. I bet you're an expert. What were we doing? Oh yeah, we're gonna look at some of the examples. Oh yeah, I was doing some print line debugging, but let's just see if there's anything that just makes a hell of a lot of sense. Launch browser false, quit false, listen IP, port 8000, servlet regex, rx my server. Okay. 200, okay, text, sure. Web pages, yeah. This is this define values, dispatch generate URL, dispatch rules. Okay, this is actually exactly what we're doing. Define request handler request, dispatch request. But maybe I can't actually do... Maybe I do need this little handler in between. Maybe that is actually a problem if I don't have that. So what if I just say route here, and then I still define my app. I'll just call it app. Okay, this Racket mode I changed to, Racket XP mode, it's way better. It's way better. Okay, define. I'm being dumb. Just give me a second. App. We'll just say handle. Handler request. Route request. I mean, from my understanding, there's nothing different between these two. And I mean, obviously it's getting the request, it's just none of the routes are actually effing working. Let me see if they did anything different than me. They just have dispatch rules, curly brace, first, second page, else error, there's no procedure to handle the URL, sure. And we're just saying else not found. Let's see, first page request, yeah, and that's just their normal requests. Okay, that should be fine. Let's just see if anything's changed. We got a 404 not found on hello. That's expected. That's not expected, but it's whatever. Okay, so I am apparently using it right, even though my route definitions are doing nothing for me. Oh my god, I'm just... Guys, I think... How long have I been trying to figure this out? Did you guys see that? How effing long did that take me to figure out? Oh God. Unbelievable. It is frustrating actually how believable that is. It is so frustrating how believable that is. Insane crazy. That's how I'm feeling right now. Insane crazy. And thanks for the follow. Oh my God. I still don't know what the fuck these parens are doing. I mean, this percentage sign is doing, but oh dear Lord. I was like, it's exactly the same. And then I look at their freaking routes and they don't have a slash. And I'm just like, yep. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is great. Okay. I'm really glad that I figured it out at least. I mean, as dumb as it is, at least it wasn't off. At least I didn't end the stream being just absolutely dumb. Oh my gosh. You think if I did that, are you serious? Let's try that real quick. We just have to know, right? I could see that happening, and I actually had it that at one point, right? All right, let's just do a slash hello. Whoops, I forgot to rerun it. Oh God, it's always something really dumb, right? Let me tell you, if you are new to development, I'm just telling you that the majority of frustration and bugs is not hard stuff. Like, hard stuff you can learn. The frustration and bugs is just super, super stupid, simple stuff. And those are the things that will be the thorn in your side most of the time. That is something I have learned. Okay. This looks good. So even with it being none, my hello name still comes through. My goodbye does not come through. Oh, so was hello name just an accident? Hello name did... Oh yeah, goodbye's a post. Never mind. Goodbye is post. Okay, so no. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, actually. And that's not a valid route. Weird. Okay. We're still going to do this because I think it makes the most sense. And then... Oh yeah, OpenGL is not something I'm interested in experiencing firsthand. Okay, we're good. We're good. We know how to code. No doubt. Okay, what's awesome is we have JSON and all sorts of things, which will be very helpful. I wish they had like a really easy example of grabbing like a value out of the request, but that's okay. I just wish that they gave me just one nice example of like, I don't know, hey, you have a body, this is how you access it, you know? Those are the kinds of things that make it just a lot easier to understand. You're afraid of standard ML. Yeah. I should be afraid. I'm not as afraid as I probably should be. I'm too focused on actually figuring this out right now, right? That's the trick. That's the trick, Bitmap. If you just completely bite off more than you could ever possibly chew, then, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you yeah, I know, end is near. Here you go, Nightshade. You've got a buddy now. You guys can go hang out. End is near does Elixir. Nightshade. Nightshade. for his job. That was funny. Okay. We're good. We got this. We know what we're doing. We're so effing good at Racket. What's funny is it's like it has absolutely nothing to do with the actual it doesn't have anything to do with the actual language. Yeah, it's mostly just because you keep suggesting it, end is near. I mean, it's really the only reason I haven't used it. Nightshade is doing AOC and Erling right now. It's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, I wonder. That would be interesting. No. But we hang out on this Discord and we do voice stuff and share random code things we're working on. It's fun. It's a wonderful, positive, humorous space. There we go. Been a while. I don't know who's watching. If you don't know about these things, there they are. Okay. So we got JSON. Oh yeah, what I wanted is just to look real quick. Like, okay, so just a real quick thing that you guys should think about. If you want to build a really simple example like this is fine. Okay, sure, multiple HTML pages, that's okay. Why don't you just show one example, where you're actually getting a value off this request, so you have like an idea of how you're going to use that request. Oh, I need to get a certain field off this request. You know what? Maybe, just maybe, we should have an example of how to do such a thing. It's just a thought. That's all. Okay. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking really good. Okay. Okay, we got a PDF. I think this is literally just the docs. Pretty sure this is just the docs. Yep, this is just the docs. Love it. Thanks for that. The Missing Guide to Racket's web server. Okay, so we have... Okay. Dispatchers, yes. We're using dispatchers. Con age rec. Okay. Define age dispatcher, dispatch / servlets age. Okay, sure. We have a rack. Again, same complaint here. So far, literally no one's used a rec in this whole thing. As if the request like doesn't matter, as if you've never looked at a request. Like, do you never want... Yeah, it's insanity. it's like these people are thinking that we're going to render HTML instead of like build an API like every time. And I mean, it's a little bit annoying, to be honest. But that's okay. Okay. Here we go. I believe this part of the doc for requests is not actually... I don't think this is actually my sort of request, right? Let me see. As in, it's not the... Yeah. It's not the request that I'm actually getting into my servlet. Okay. We found JSON somewhere. Anybody remember where we found JSON? We were just looking at something about JSON. And then I think I went off of it, which was a bad choice. Let's see. You think it's here? Struct request. Yeah, but this is like an HTTP method request to URI from... See, this is like if you're making an HTTP request, right? Oh, but this is still the constructor for the request. As in, I can... This is still the data, basically, that I have, is what you're saying. Okay. That makes sense. I mean, realistically, we are not going to actually finish, but let's just see if we can... Let's do two things. Let's start. This part should be easy. We have the request and we have the name, so we should be able to just like concat some strings. And what can we do? Can we do a little format? But format, that actually prints it, right? I'm forgetting. Sorry about the blinding. I guess this isn't working on local. Formats to a string. No, this is just a format to the string. Okay. I was thinking that it did more than that. Okay, well that's fine. We can just use format then. And then we can just say hello %s, and that's name. And then, yeah, that looks fine. Almost. Wait, what's wrong about it? Nothing. Okay, I thought I saw something. Alright, let's just see if we get what we think we should. What? Oh no, that's right, okay. So hello name is like that, okay, but then we just want to do... We want the nicer thing, which I think is A, if we're going to go with how we use format and how it was used in common Lisp. Yep, there we go. I don't know what I'm just pretending this isn't here. I'm just pretending it's fine. I don't get why there's a percentage at the end of all my strings. It's probably some like encoding thing that I'm just being dumb about. Oh. Is that a curl thing? Or is that like something that because I'm not used to that. So maybe I should be giving a new nut. That's my shell. Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay. Thanks, bitmap. Classic me. What do you guys think about my title, by the way? Is the title good? I thought it was good. There's a lot of good puns. Alright. I thought it was good. Okay, so we got that. Let's just figure out how to use this freaking JSON package. Yeah, I know it's an unused require, because now I have to figure out where the hell your docs went. Okay, this is blinding us again. HTTP, JSON. Yeah, let's do it in Go. Let's just move, let's completely pivot to use Go. It's actually Indisneer's favorite viewer. It got me 28 viewers, that's true. You wouldn't believe that you could get 28 people watching Racket in 2023, could you? All right. I'm gonna guess it's here or here. Search for JSON. Okay. Sure, that's nice of you and everything. JSON support. There it is. JSON is a widely used data format for the web. Oh, I didn't know that. With response.js expert, which is for JSON what response x expert is for XML. Bitmap called it. Okay. Response.js expert. So if I want to return JSON, I can simply replace this. Oh shit, I had a bunch of Slack messages that I didn't see. Whoops. I don't know how that happened. Why didn't they show up on mobile? Oh, sick. Ha. I preempted a question my CEO was going to ask me and sent him very detailed instructions, and they worked. So all those messages they worked. Sweet. Okay. I think you're supposed to use this too. Okay, we'll find out. So where were we? Right here. Let's just get this route working. Even if we don't get the goodbye working, at least I can get this working. We can go and we'll be happy. So our MIME type is actually already given for us, which is right here. And we don't even have to pass the MIME type because it should be actually figured out for us. Now I just have to figure out how I'm going to create this whole JSON thing. Okay, so yeah, web server HTTP JSON is just the JS expert, but then I'm going to need this thing, probably a bitmap, to actually bring any sort of JSON construction in, right? That makes some sense. It didn't say that existed, but it would be nice if it did. We can try that real quick. Let's see if we have a working build right now. We do. I didn't see response/text being a thing, but I wouldn't be surprised based on their docs if it was. Yeah, no. We have to use... It makes a lot of sense that we have to pretend we're sending HTML. Now we could just do the response full. I'm kind of just doing that as a hacky way of doing it, but that's okay. Okay, so we have JSON, and this is a JS expert check. Okay, I like this. I like that. Okay, right. You could have all of these in JSON. That's fair hash eq turnup.82. This is probably what we want right here. I don't actually know what hash eq means, but that's okay. Okay, generating JSON text from JS expressions. Okay, write JSON. I'm guessing I don't even have to actually do the write JSON thing. I'm thinking it's going to do all the work for me, but we'll find out. Let's just try doing one of these literals like this, even though I don't know what that stands for. And we'll just see if it works. Where are we? We're here. We're gonna need a let. I guess we'll do a let star. I already... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So let's just say greeting is this hash eq. Oh, right, I forgot something. It's fine. So actually this is greeting. And this is greeting. And this is JSON. And if I remember how Racket's let syntax works, which I very well might not, I think this is correct. And then here we're going to say greeting, and that's where we can drop in this format. Okay. And then this should just be JSON. We can bring that up. And there's probably something wrong with this. Let's see. No, I don't know. It's weird that it doesn't know. Maybe Racket mode XP is wrong because it doesn't seem to know when I'm using. Like it gets this wrong a lot, but oh well. Let's just try running it. Okay, it's happy with the code as it is, and then we'll just do this, and we get a big ol' error. Okay, love it. Contract violation. Expected JS expr received hash eq greeting. But okay, that's fine, except that I thought, assuming that JS expert is in my thing, it is. Hash eq greeting. Oh, I actually messed up. I just realized I messed up. I see it now. Yep. I did this wrong. Okay. Still wrong, but that's okay. Expected JS given hash eq greeting dot greeting. Okay. Well, I was just going based off this fact of it being turnup dot blah blah blah. We could just write JSON this way It's not embedding the second greeting at. Oh, right, because it's a literal. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good point. Good point. It is embedding as a symbol. Yeah, that's the problem. I should have figured that out when I had to take the quotes off of the other greeting. Let's see. Let's see if we can find the docs for this real quick. Hash eq. Okay, so there is a hasheq constructor, it looks like. Yeah. Where I can just pass hasheq key val. I think that's right. So let's see if we can do hasheq greeting hello. We can. Beautiful. I love when you can guess syntax, even though I often get it wrong. So how much can I actually guess syntax? I'm not sure. All right. I should have just done a replace on that parens, but that's okay. And then we have to get our quotes back. Okay, parens look good. That looks good. This looks good. Let's run this thing. And if this doesn't run, well, this is kind of my last chance at getting it right. Come on, please. Damn it. I gotta go. We're so close. Greeting.hello name. It's supposed to be a symbol, not a string. Oh, like as in as in the key needs to be a symbol and not a string. So if I instead do hasheq greeting hello, like that. All right, really the last try. Last try for today. I'll probably finish it on Discord later tonight. Boom. First try. Sick. Great call out. There we go. That proves that the percentage isn't actually there. JQ loves it. We got our JSON response. Who knew? Who knew it would be so easy? It only took me like an hour. No. Racket was cool. I might actually prefer Common Lisp just based on my experience with it, but it's not like I have a good reason exactly. I mean, this is like really early on, 2 days of experience with both languages, you know. So anyway, I'll probably get on Discord. Oh my god, get on Discord tonight and finish the goodbye and how to read JSON from the request. But yeah, I think that's it for now. I'm not streaming for 3 days. I hope I survive. I am going camping with my daughter and disconnecting for a little bit. Mostly Wednesday to Thursday. You know, I'll be around on Discord before then, but if you don't follow me already, you can give me a follow, hang out. We're going to be getting into meta languages next. So we're going to start with standard ML, do Haskell, and then do OCaml. So actually, yeah, I think that's the order I chose. So that's what we're doing next. Vicarious, thanks for the follow. And if you join Discord, maybe I'll actually do a stream notif next time. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's find somebody to raid real quick. As usual, I'm late to ending my stream because I just have to figure things out when I'm in the middle of it. Let's see. What's the raid message? You guys make it up. I don't know. my brain can't come up with good raid messages. You could do a bunch of parens and say Racket is the best. I haven't raided Eduardo in a while. Let's raid Eduardo. Oh, Lord Tox. I don't think I've ever raided Lord Tox. Oh, yeah, I have. He's right there. I think it's been even longer since I raided our Eduardo. So Eduardo is working on a language. Lots of very, very interesting work that they're doing. This channel is intended for mature audiences and has a follower or subscriber only chat. So yeah, he's working on a very cool language, lots of interesting functional concepts, all that good stuff. He probably will think a Lisp chat is pretty funny, but we'll see what happens. All right, see you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out.